Hello. So, apologies for the bizarre angle, but we're going to do some stitching. We started off some ephemera last week, and I said we were going to finish it off with some embellishments and some stitching. So I'm going to do the stitching bit with you here, and then I'll pause and I'll move round. So this is the first one that we had. So this is just a little journal card on some coffee paper, and we just need to attach this. So when I'm doing my stitching, you can't see this, but I'm just going to add, sorry for knocking you, I'm at a really odd angle here, so I'm just going to add a little bit of glue just to, if I can get it on, just to hold this in place. My sewing machine's pretty sturdy, so it's okay if it takes a bit of sticky. I've gone for a cream thread, and I'm just going to go round a couple of times and then just do a little bit of zigzag through there. So I'm just going to pop my glue back in there. So apologies if this is noisy. As I said, this is a bit of an awkward angle because I've got the tripod thingy in front of me, so bear with. Okay, so we're just going to go all the way around. I'm not too concerned if it isn't straight. In fact, the messier the better for me. Steady over the fabric. I'm not doing this to secure anything either. This is purely decorative. Everything is already stuck down nicely, with the exception of the little bit of lace. And as I say, that's going to get a bit of crisscross stitching anyway. So that's twice round. I was going to go for black contrast stitching, but I think actually the journal is quite, if you haven't seen it, it's this, if I can kind of get that in shot. It's quite decorative, lacy, pretty, so I don't want to be too grungy. I'm just going to change now to a zigzag stitch. I'm literally just going to go up there, along the edge of the card. And that gives me, I don't know if you can see that on there, the zigzag stitching that just goes up the centre. And I've still got plenty of journaling space on the back, and that's one of my cards. So that's the first one. What have I got next? This one, change back to a straight stitch. So this is basically I mean, it's just one of my digitals on some vintage wallpaper. I liked the colour tones that that brought, and this is a sample stamped piece of tea stain paper. Just finishes it off a little bit, and again, nothing that I'm doing with stitching is to secure anything or hold it down. It's literally just decorative, and I like to go around twice, although I feel like I went off the edge there a little bit, but I don't mind. That's because I was too busy watching the camera instead of the machine. Little back stitch at the end. And that's another one. Cool. This one is, I think I did this one on TikTok. So that's just a little bit of embossed paper at the top, just as a tab. So there's no fabric on this one either. And again, I'm just going to go around a couple of times with a straight stitch. It's not impeding on any of the images because it's a nice, delicate cream colour. And I think I will go over the tag actually with a zigzag at the end, just to give that a little bit more of a bolder look. Little back stitch, and then, sorry, not sure again, just across the centre there. And there we are. That's another little tab. Plenty of journaling space on the back. That's that one. Now, this one I've done, and this is just a little ruffle that's going to go on the edge. Now, I'd usually either staple or stitch these. It doesn't really matter. Oh, and I've just, oh no, I thought I was doing the cross stitch then. A zigzag stitch. So twice round with that one. keeping your stitching, even if it's messy, nice and at the edge, leaves your journaling space so it still remains a practical tag or journaling card or whatever you're working on. So then this, kind of want to twist in the middle. I'm just going to hold there. Just go back and forth a few times. And that just gives me a nice little floofy bit. And again, not too impeding on the back. I think that's pretty. Right, I've got a journaling card here and I've just got a little ribbon. Now the ribbon I think I'm going to glue, but I do just want to go around the edge of this. I just think the stitching finishes off your journaling cards often. And these aren't particularly complicated. I mean, I've seen people, and I've done it myself, spend, you know, a good 30 minutes, an hour sometimes making a tag, you know, really complex and layered and sort of mixed media elements and textures, and they're fantastic. They're proper works of art. These are a little bit more rough and ready, and so I think sometimes they just need an extra little element like the little bits of stitching just to complete them. So I think I'm just going to glue that on and see how that fares. So I'm going to put, I don't think you can see this, can you? So I've got my glue here. I'm going to put quite a bit of glue on the end. And I'm going to smush it down. Oh, sorry. I'm suffering from vertigo. So I'm just going to smush that so it doesn't seep through. And then I want it like this, just at the very edge. And it's not just the knot, not just the knot that is being held down by the glue, it's a little bit of the ribbon as well. And I think that's just a little pretty one. I like that. Cool. Okay, what's next? So we've got just a little diddy one here, and then there's going to be a little, oh, you can't see it, a little bit of lace trim on the top, which I might actually just staple. So I'm just going to go around the edge of this. I think I've gone off. Yeah, I think this is all this needs, just a little bit of the cream stitching just to finish it off. Again, twice, what I like to do, it's just the way I do it. You don't obviously have to. I mean, you don't have to hand, you know, to machine stitch it, or you can hand stitch. Or what I see people do often is faux stitching. So get yourself a marker pen, draw some little lines, make it look like you've done some stitching. It's always an option. Where's my stapler? Oh, it sounded like in my office space. Where's my stapler? Love that film. Right, so I'm just going to pop that as it is, and a couple of little staples. I don't really like using a lot of staples in my work. Some people do, just not for me. I don't often like the, sorry so much. I don't often like the look of it, but there's one anyway. Okay. And another one. Now this one I hand stitched, so I think I'm just going to ever so gently once go around the edge, because I this one I hand stitched. I didn't think I remember doing it at the top there. This one I hand stitched, so I'm just going to gently go around the outside. So, and I think I'll just keep it around the very, very edge of the image on this, just the once, because I like the hand stitched look and I don't really want to impede on that. In fact, I'm just going to go, I don't want to go up the side, and I know I said once, but I'm just going to do it this way. I'm doing it backwards now. Sorry. I want to hold that then, like with that hand. There's got to be a better setup than this. Somebody must answer me one day. What's your setup like? Please show me. Because I work in It's only a teeny tiny little room. I can't call it a studio because I feel a prat. There we are, that one. I can't call it a studio, but it's only a teeny tiny little room. It's probably about 6 foot by 8 to 10 foot. So it's like a long, thin room. It was my little girl's nursery. They're now, for my eldest. Now both my girls have the biggest bedroom, or the big bedroom on this floor anyway, in the house. So I only have a teeny tiny room, but still, it's got to be a better setup than this. It also has the dryer in though, because it won't fit the kitchen. We didn't take that into account when we designed our new kitchen, so yay. Right, this one. So again, I think I'm going to staple this on the, oh, you can't even see it. I'm going to staple this on the top, and then that is going to go there, but I wanted to stitch around first. I wanted that to be on the top. I didn't want that to be underneath the stitching. So just twice round. Unclip, and then a little bit of glue. I don't often work on my sewing machine rest, but there we are. And I want that just on the top. And then the little bit of, what did I do with the little bit of, there it is. And this, I'm just going to add a little stapler. I can do it without knocking. I can't actually see what I'm doing. Oh, sorry. God. Right, there. I like that. That one's pretty. Right, a couple more to go, so I will pause and I'll come back when I've finished. Okay, so we're back. We've finished the last few bits and pieces that we had to do. So this is the ephemera we've got. So we've stitched around the edge of that one, so that's a nice journal card. These couple were just stitched around and then extra pieces added on the top, so they don't look completely stitched, but they are stitched underneath. And then the other ones I think you saw, so I didn't realise how few I had to go actually. So little journal cards that are going to look super pretty, dotted throughout our journal, even some little diddy mini ones. And I'm really chuffed with how they came out. So those will go in alongside the original ephemera that we've got to go in as well. So I'll go through that with you shortly. The other little bits and pieces I'm going to do, I've got, this is just an embossed tea stained card. Just one second, sorry. Just want to grab, this is what I'm grabbing. My gilding wax. I just want to lightly go over the top of this just to bring these out. So this is the one that I use. It's a, I can't see that, PBO gilding wax, and this is in, they do different types of gold. I don't think it tells me what colour it is. It's gold anyway. So I'm just going to get an ever so slight smidge of that just on my finger, and I'm just going to brush it lightly over the tops just to bring out some of these flowers. I don't know if you can see how that's coming out. Not pressing on too much because it'll get it gets too much on sort of the background if you press on too much. And I love this stuff. I don't use it nearly enough. It's one of those things that you sort of forget you've got. And I don't know if you can just see that, but just a few little hints that it gives just look pretty. Goldfinger their way, Shirley. And then this is what I use when I make my business cards. I use this, and I put gold gilding around the edge of my business cards in a really scruffy, haphazard manner. So this is what I use. So I just dab the end of the brush, and I pretty much just do that. I don't know if that shows up, just to give it sort of a nice edging. And just to finish it off all the way around. So yeah, that's all I'm going to do with that, but I think it's just a nice little effect. Now I've got a nice picture here, which I might actually go around the edge of that as well, you know. There we are. Should probably let it dry, but we're on a time constraint, so just go around the edge of that as well. That I'm going to plop on there. Plop. I don't know why I said that. With a little bit of, oh, you can't see, a little bit of this lace underneath. Just move on my wires and stuff. And then this I was just going to use as a little tab at the top, just as a really big journaling card. So not much to it. I don't know if I want to put anything else on it really. I'm going to have some more stamped bits and pieces, but I quite like how it looks, to be honest. The only other thing I might do, because I did do quite a lot of sample stamping, is maybe just something like that over the top. We'll see, but I'm just going to glue this on. I'm not going to sew, I don't think. I thought I was going to, but I don't think I am now, because I don't want the stitch work in the middle of the thing at the back. And if I stitch around this, it's going to take up all the room at the back of the card, and it's not going to be a usable journaling card. And that's one of my, yeah, my things. I like things to remain usable and practical, and so you can actually journal on them. So let me pop that there. Shove a bit of that on, just to hold that in place. Now this I probably am going to run a stitch across, actually. A little bit there. Yeah, I'll just run a stitch through that. It's quite a big tab, isn't it? Bear with, one sec. Where's my pedal gone? I've lost my pedal. Where's my pedal? Oh, it's there. I thought it'd been nicked then. Hang on. Back. Right, gone a bit wonky, but that's all right. We don't mind wonky. See, a stitching sort of got away from me at the end a little bit, but that's fine. And then, I don't know, what do you think? One of them or something a bit shorter? Maybe that one. Yeah, let's pop that on. What is going on with this glue? Blooming heck. Yeah, I like that. I'll tell you what else I've got in here. If I've got any still left. Yes, I have. This is the this is some of my favourite stuff. I've banged on about it loads. I think they're called Country Morning Creations. And it's just basically like faux sellotape that you can buy as a digital download and print it onto transparent sticker paper, and the effect is just amazing, and I love using it. Look at that. A little bit at the bottom, do you think, as well? Just cut a small bit. I use a crinkly edge pair of scissors usually to trim. I've lost my normal scissors though. Where have you gone? Hello? 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 Oh, there. Found them. That's worth it, wasn't it? Yeah, just a tiny little bit of this, I think. there. Stop moving. Cool, like that. So that's a big one to go in. And what else were I going to do? I've got one of these, which again I think is Sampole. Rocking the Sampole today. One of her digital kits. It's the sort of French Parisian haberdashery kit. So I'm just going to bend that up. I've cut this out onto pretty decent weight cardstock. I think it's like 240 or something. Got some gold gilding paste on it as well. And I wanted to take some of the fabrics that I've put in the journal and put them on here. So let me just grab some snippages, because that's the word. So that's some of the lace. This is some of the spine fabric that I used. And then I've got some of this pretty trim that I thought might look nice on it. Is there anything else I've got in here? Should we nick a bit of this? You can't see what I'm talking about, but this bit's pretty too. I don't have much of this left, so it's precious. So I just thought that this might be just nice, just maybe, maybe even as a top or just on the back, or I just liked it. So a little bit of that. Maybe not quite as much as that. Let me get my fabric scissors. I've just dropped all my stuff off the wall. I'm going to just neaten this edge up, I think. I don't mind the little bits at the bottom. I think a nice piece of this. Now I kind of want it that way because I want the tassely bit at the bottom. And then I've got this stuff, which could also have, it's got a sort of natural fold on there. Oh, is that a bit much, do you think? Maybe that's a little bit much. Then maybe just a little smidgen of this if I cut a straight line. Yeah, I'm going to have it like that. And then there's a natural mark where the staple goes. But you might just want to do just one at either side. Sorry, my alarm to tell me to pick the children up went off then. Just a little sneaky one either side just to hold it in place. But I think that's just quite a nice little addition as well. So, right, okay, that's my cue to leave it there then. Yeah, some nice pieces of ephemera. I'm happy with these. I think this is going to look good. So what I'm going to do next is pull out some vintage ephemera, and I'll probably do a quick video going through that and then a bit of a flip through. Because I think we're all done. If I can even move you to see all that properly. There. A mountain of beautiful ephemera. Fabulous. Right, thank you for joining me, and I'll catch you later. Bye.